Hey, and welcome to map 32 of Doom 2, the super secret level Grosse, or whichever pronunciation takes your fancy. So, we're looking at the Wolfenstein 3D version of this level first, and I'm going around here just showing you that a lot of the secrets that make their way into the Doom 2 version of this level are not actually in this version. This big secret, however, is, and it means we get this big ass machine gun, which is going to be really useful. So, for those who don't know, this is E1M9 in Wolfenstein 3D. This is the first boss level, and as you can see, it's set out very much like the Doom 2 level, except instead of a cyber demon, we have this lovely gentleman. I'm sure he's got a name, but yeah, this was actually intended as a boss level originally. So, and you can see that it's pretty simple. You just have to use these walls to avoid being shot at. It doesn't take that much once you've got the machine gun. You have to use the key to get through this door, and we are done. It's not a super long level, which means we're going to be looking at a lot of versions of this, because it shows up in quite a few versions of Doom 2. But yeah, it's a fine boss level, and it's a nice way to teach the player how boss levels are going to work in Wolfenstein. But let's dive into the beta version of Doom 2 here. So you can see that this opening room is a bit bigger and a bit wider, but it's still very much the same room as what we saw in Wolfenstein just now. And the same stands for this. This is generally because Doom 2 rooms are bigger, and obviously, you know, Wolfenstein could only have rooms of a certain height, so this is just a more realised version of that level, I imagine. But you can see that I'm going around collecting all these secrets. So these have been put in specifically for the Doom 2 version of this level. This bit obviously wasn't. This was here in the Wolfenstein as well. But there's also an invulnerability in the wall over here. Now I'm only going to use this on this level, but you can see that on the walls you've got the symbol, you know, that you know exactly what it is. And Wolfenstein is very much, you know, represented here. Instead of the German boss, we have the cyber demon, and at the end here, instead of walking out and seeing ThatNukemGuy do a fist into the air, we shoot Commander Keen in the face. So this is interestingly the only level where Commander Keen turns up. And you can see here they haven't quite finished the exit to the level because it's not raised up like it is in the final version, and there's no switch here. So this is pretty much the end of the level here. They haven't implemented an exit here. So let's dive into the retail version of this level. So the opening is very similar, except we actually get a Berserk pack in this one. Now, my theory on why that is because if you don't find the secrets in this level, let's say you're coming into this with a pistol start, you actually have a very difficult time with just the rocket launcher, because there's no ammo out here for the rockets. So imagine if you don't know where the secrets are and you don't really want to go looking, you're going to have a really difficult time against that cyber demon. You can also see that on Ultraviolence you get a bunch of these SS soldiers poking around here. They really aren't that much of a threat. The images are still very much the same, and the secret here is also very much the same. This is very much a faithful recreation in Doom. So there you can see again, that's still there. This time around we're not going to use that. I'm just going to take the cyber demon on head on. It's interesting that they didn't put like rockets around the outside of the room, because like I said, if someone doesn't go looking for secrets and you only have like the rockets from the start of the level, that's kind of a bit nasty when you think about it. But luckily, I'd imagine most players would realise there are probably secrets around. So, as you can see here, they've raised the centre back up, and when you kill all the Commander Keens, it raises up the centre panel for you to exit the level. And as you're noticing in all these versions of the level, this is not a long level. It's very quick if you know what you're doing. So, we're now going to dive into what is probably the weakest version of this level, the BFG Edition. So this is the BFG Edition. I'm actually playing this on Wolf Doom, but I'm using the iWAD from the BFG Edition because I really don't want to play that version of the game. As you can see, there are no images on the walls. We've just been reduced to basic textures. Now, that has an unintended consequence, and we'll see what that is in a second. But you can see that there's a bunch of zombie men dotted around here. I find the zombie men are weaker than the SS soldiers. I don't know if that's factually correct, but the SS soldiers in large groups can sort of chip away at your health pretty aggressively, whereas the zombie men sort of take a bit longer. As you can see there, we had to kind of move along the wall to open up the secrets. That's kind of one of the downsides to taking away the big logo that was kind of signposting something might be behind it. But as you can see, by and large, these secrets have remained the same. There's nothing too offensive going on here. I do find the zombie men kind of a bit weak. They probably could have got away with using shotgunners in my opinion, but I'm guessing they weren't really thinking about that too hard when they were modifying this WOD. Also, the music's very incorrect, and usually the music from this is from one of the boss levels in Wolfenstein, but here we get downtown's music, which is just even more depressing. But as you can see, the level name has also been changed, so they really did go for it all in this one, like to strip it of all of its Wolfenstein identity. Bit of a shame really, probably the weakest version of this level. So the final version of this level that we're going to spotlight is the Unity port. And as you can see, it's the same basic level, it's the same layout with the same secrets, except they've put the SS soldiers back, a good call in my opinion. And they've also used the modified textures that I was reliably informed in the comments was from Castle Wolfenstein, so that's pretty cool. As I said when we were talking about Wolfenstein, I personally find this approach more acceptable in terms of censoring the symbols on the wall, just because it's not disrespectful to the original and it doesn't kind of steal the identity of the level, because you know, it's just more interesting to look at, and new players should be able to experience like some form of what this level actually was, rather than kind of a weird, you know, blank version that really has nothing to do with the original intent. But as you can see, we can find the secrets easier here again, because, you know, they haven't hidden it behind a generic wall texture. We'll grab the plasma rifle here, and we'll head up to the Cyber Demon here. As I said, this is just a pretty nice pit stop level. Overall, like, it's hard to hate on these two levels when they're very clearly just here to pay homage to Wolfenstein 3D, which is pretty fair. And we get to shoot Commander Keen again, so, you know, I feel sorry for him. Do let me know what you think of this level. Let me know what you think of the homage to Wolfenstein 3D, and do you think it does a good job of paying respects to that level and that franchise? Thank you very much for watching.